Forget gurus. Forget anyone claiming to be an online business expert without going through the challenges of entrepreneurship themselves. The Real Money, Real Business podcast is here to prove the best insights in online business comes from your fellow online business builders. We dig into stories of entrepreneurs selling their business on the Empire Flippers marketplace so that you can learn how they made their business profitable, how they overcame obstacles, and what lessons they learned in their online journey. If you want to take your business and your knowledge to the next level, you've come to the right podcast. Let's get started.
Hello everyone, Craig here with another great business to discuss in this episode of the Real Money, Real Business podcast. Today's guest is Avatar and he's selling his display advertising business on the Empire Flippers marketplace. So welcome to the show, Avatar. How are you doing today?
I'm great. Thank you, Craig. Thank you for having me today.
It's great to have you on, and I'm looking forward to talking more about your business. But before we dive in, let's go over a brief summary of the business. It's a display advertising business in the medical niche created in February 2012. The average monthly revenue for the business is $3,956, and it makes an average of $3,775 net profit each month. For everyone listening, you can visit empireflippers.com/marketplace and search for listing 54777 to learn more about the business, or you can unlock this listing to start your due diligence if you're interested in purchasing this asset. So now that I've given a general overview of the business, let's have a look at what's included in the sale. We have the domain and all site content and files. An additional domain uses 301 redirect. An email list with 11,947 subscribers stored in MailChimp. You're also using MailJet for active campaigns. There are also the social media accounts for Facebook, Twitter and YouTube, and writer contracts. We recommend interested buyers have an approved AdSense account to aid a successful migration of the business. Okay, Avatar, now let's hear from you. Can you tell us a little about your background in building and running online businesses?
Sure, yeah. So this was primarily my first venture into online businesses. I have been very intrigued by this sort of concept of being able to build a business online. So back in 2008, I came across several people who were building their online businesses. So I was so excited about being able to create something of my own. So I started reading their blogs and learned many things along the way. So it was around 2011-12 that I started looking around to find areas where I could establish my own online business. And that's when I discovered this particular niche and started building a business around it.
Okay, so how did you come up with the idea to start this business in particular then?
I have a background in healthcare. I still work in a hospital. So that was initially when I was looking for a niche. I looked around in the healthcare field if there was something that I could build upon. And that was the focus of my keyword research as well. So when I was doing the research and I sort of focused my research on the medical field, and that's when I discovered this niche.
Yeah, that's good that you've got the background and experience in the niche. I guess it really helped you, especially when producing content, building the website, and knowing the niche and knowing what the audience in this niche wants and what they're looking for. So how is it that you monetize this site? How does it primarily make money?
The primary monetization is display advertisement through Google Ads. And that's what I have always been using for this particular site.
Okay, and when you got interested in the online business space, how come you chose this business model in particular as opposed to maybe affiliate or even something totally different like e-commerce or something like that?
Now I have several other projects that I've been working on, but initially when I started building this particular business, one thing that I wanted to keep at the forefront was to be able to to develop something that's passive, that earns passive income. So that has always been my main motive behind building the others I'm currently working on. This business, it requires very minimal time for upkeep and regular maintenance. And I found with the current model, I find basically the website is on auto mode and requires very little time commitment.
Yeah, display advertising is certainly one of the more hands-off online business models. So how come you are selling the business right now?
Yeah, so as I mentioned, Craig, I'm working on several other businesses are still sort of initial to mid stage. And I'm also in the process of acquiring another business. So I have my sort of plate full at the moment. And that's primarily the main reason of selling this business, just in order to explore other business opportunities out there.
And is there anything you've learned from this business that you would apply to the other businesses?
There's been a ton of information that I learned from this business because this was my first business that I built. One thing that I have learned and that I would have liked to mention here is the quality of content. That's, I guess, my main thing to focus, that the quality of content always matters. And ever since I started focusing on producing quality content, the website has really taken off. And I believe this applies to any niche, not this in particular, that, having good quality content that provides real value to the readers is really the deciding factor whether your site is going to succeed or not.
Yeah, absolutely. From what I hear from other content site owners, the quality of content is certainly becoming more and more important in for SEO rankings as well, getting your website viewed on Google. And was there anything you tried with this site that didn't work out for you?
Yeah, so coming back to the same thing, the quality of content. So initially, I remember when I started out, I did not had any idea how important of a factor the content is. So I was publishing sort of like low quality content, and which of course got me nowhere. So I soon realized this mistake and made sure the content that gets published on the site is top quality and provides real value to the reader. So that's definitely something, low quality content doesn't work. That's for sure.
Where does the majority of your traffic come from for this site?
The majority of traffic to this site is organic. The site currently ranks for many, many keywords, and that's what drives the traffic.
And have you tried anything in terms of marketing in the past?
I haven't really done any active marketing myself. However, many colleges and employers often reach out to me to showcase the site content on their website, sort of, or link to my site. This website is now at a stage where it is considered a go-to resource in the industry and is very well known to anyone who's connected within the industry. So I haven't done real active marketing, but it's sort of everyone knows about the website in the industry now.
Got it. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And about the content creation, I know you mentioned that you are active in this field, if not an expert. See on your listing page that you outsource the content to medical professionals. Could you just talk us through this sort of content creation process?
Yeah, so initially when I started building the site, the type of content that I focused on or wanted to put on the site was based off of my experience, but there was very limited amount of content that I could produce. Then it all came down to keyword research. So primarily, I focus on doing keyword research, find good keywords that can be targeted, and most of the writing is outsourced to medical professionals, and they do all the writing, and then it gets published on the site.
Okay, excellent. Circling back to marketing, I see that you've got an email list included in the sale. Do you send any content to the email list or have any automation set up or anything?
Yeah, I had the automation set up, but it's currently in the process of being updated. So it's on pause right now. But I do send about 2 to 4 emails every month to all the email subscribers. And primarily the emails about any new developments in the industry or any new content that has been published on the website. And yeah, it's primarily focused on those things.
Yeah, and I guess utilizing that email list could potentially be a growth opportunity for a buyer. Would you agree? And if so, are there any other major growth opportunities you think there are for this website?
Absolutely, yeah, because I haven't really monetized the email list at all. So there is definitely an opportunity there. Also, there is, as you mentioned earlier, the site has a presence on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. And talking about YouTube, there are currently about 5 videos on the YouTube channel. And between those videos, we have 40,000 views. And that all happened over the past few years. So there is definitely some potential there as well.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's a lot of views from just a few videos. When you created the content videos, were you featured in there or did you sort of outsource the video creation?
So far, I didn't really focus on videos. So the videos that are currently on the YouTube channel right now, they are basically like content based, slides or answering some questions. And so I am not at the forefront of the videos, and they're pretty easy to create. It's not something that so far I needed to outsource, but it can definitely be improved by outsourcing or having other topics that can be covered in those videos.
Okay, and as for the day-to-day work on this site, can you describe the amount and type of work you do on this site for maintenance?
Yeah, so the website currently requires very little time commitment. On an average, I spend about an hour a week to make sure everything is working fine. And I also use this time to set up email campaigns about new content on the site and sort of do some keyword research so that I can send off that to the content developers.
Okay, and what skills or requirements do you think there are for someone who is not familiar with this niche or business model?
So the niche focused on particular profession, but it does not require any specialized knowledge to operate. However, be able to keyword research in order to be able to develop new content. Other than that, there is not really any specialized skills that one would need to operate and grow this business.
And what do you think are the biggest risks with this site that a buyer should be aware of?
So the only risk I see is that the profession the site is based on is not there anymore. So, which is highly unlikely and next to impossible. So I don't see, that happening. And other than that, I don't see any other risk associated with this niche.
Okay, so overall, putting yourself in the shoes of a buyer, why do you think this is a business worth buying?
The business is definitely priced very well at the moment, and considering the amount of growth opportunity that exists, I believe the listing is fairly priced.
Absolutely. And regarding the sale of this business, would you commit to a non-compete?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
And how much support are you willing to offer buyers? Are you going for the standard 30 days of email and Skype support?
I'm willing to offer a support for a bit longer period. I can offer up to 90 days of phone call or email support to help things rolling for the new buyer. So overall, I'm willing to help in any way I can help the new buyer get a grasp of the business.
Excellent. Wow. Yeah, that's triple the amount of support that's usually offered by sellers. So I'm sure a buyer will really appreciate that extra support. And are you open to negotiating something like an earnout?
Yeah, so it depends on the type of offer that's on the table. I'm definitely open to all the options.
Okay. Anything else you'd like to share that I might have missed?
No, I guess we covered pretty much all the things, yeah.
Yeah, it's been a great interview. So thank you very much for your time, Avtar. It's been great talking to you.
Thank you, Craig. Thank you for having me.
All right, everyone. Thanks for listening. To learn more and see if this listing has already been sold, head over to empireflippers.com/marketplace and search for listing 54058. If you're watching this on YouTube, click the link in the description to go straight to the listing. Once you've unlocked this listing, you'll be given everything you need to know about this business. So until next time, enjoy your digital journey.